Is there an update you can give us on Conor McGregor?
I have no update. The winner of this fight will be the champion.
So does that mean that Conor will be stripped by the time this fight takes place?
We'll see what happens.
Okay. And then my follow-up on that is, does it bother you that you have to be in a position to perhaps make that kind of a decision?
No, you know, I said leading into the Mayweather fight, I made it pretty clear. I've been in this business for a very long time. When you make an obscene amount of money like that, who knows if they'll ever come back? And right now, the position we're in, Conor's saying, maybe I'll come back in August, maybe I'll come back in September. Well, that's almost 2 years. It's not fair to the rest of the guys in the division. The division has to go on. You know, these guys have been, you know, fighting their whole career. Everybody wants to get to that pinnacle. And it's the fair thing to do. Listen, I mean, I take so much shit for how much I like Conor McGregor and everything else, but the division has to go on.
Sure. And I will get to the two guys that are fighting for a lightweight title here in 2 seconds. But Dana, if you could tell me, this may not damage Conor's reputation as a star overall, but do you think that sitting out for this long damages his star power as an MMA fighter amongst his peers or amongst the fans?
I think Conor McGregor is like not only one of the biggest stars in mixed martial art, one of the biggest stars in all of sports on earth. So I think that this fight is ridiculous. And after this fight happens, whenever Conor does decide to come back, I think it will be massive.
Obviously. Thank you, sir. Tony, Khabib, obviously we've been in this position before, that we've had a fight announcement for you guys. I wonder if there's a sense of relief that this time, hopefully, it finally is going to happen. And then secondly, does it matter to you that the stakes are higher this time around than they perhaps would have been the first time you guys were booked?
Belt or no belt, this fight was going to happen. Guarantee it. We're both going to make weight. I know he missed, what, half a pound his last weigh-in, so that's going to be staring at him right in the face. I know he's going to make weight, I'm going to make weight, and I hope this place sells out. I'm not even fucking playing.
Khabib?
You know, like, I think it's going to happen. I hope. You know, but when I pull out, everybody talk about this, but you guys remember why I fight with that Horcher? Because he pull out. He pull out too. You know, like, I pull out, he pull out. Now we're going to fight for real belt. You know, 10 win streak versus 25 win streak. Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And one thing I forgot to mention, the co-main event on that fight will be the strawweight championship rematch, Rose Namajunas versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Dana, question for you first of all. You've obviously tried to make the Tony and Khabib fight a few times and it's fallen through. Do you have an insurance policy in place? Will you have somebody like an Eddie Alvarez on standby if one of these guys can't make the fight?
He got a 45 champion. I would gladly take that spot after March 3rd.
Somebody's going to get their ass kicked that day.
We haven't really thought about that. I'm hoping the fourth time's a charm, and this fight's going to happen. So we'll figure it out. We don't have anything in place right now, no.
Fair enough. Tony, you've been running this defend or vacate campaign for a while now. Is this the scenario that you were hoping for? Are you happy with this scenario right now?
Well, they offered me Conor. Conor didn't want to fight. So I want to fight people that actually want to sit there and fight. I'm not going to beg somebody to go there and fight. This is the real belt. I fought 10 fights. You guys all watched them. If not, you're casual. Go back, go watch my fights, and you'll see exactly why I have this belt. I am the champ. Conor McNuggets is nothing. He's lost his sauce. And this is defender vacate. This is right here. I'm defending my belt. My belt, I'm defending.
And a question for Max. Max, I know you just said that you'd be happy to go up to 155, but there's a fighter on the dais right now, and Khabib Nurmagomedov, who said he can make 145. First of all, do you think he can make 145, and how do you think you'd fare against him?
Khabib got the best. He got the best damn nutritionist in the world. That's Tyler Mitten, that man, the melee weight. I believe he can make 45, but, you know, two of the guys up here, the guy next to me said he'd come to 45. You know, hold on, boys. I'm a big boy for 45. 55 not that far away, and if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And the best is blessed, baby. Come see me.
And a question for Khabib. When we spoke to you a few weeks ago in Las Vegas, you said the plan was to be very active this year. Your plan was to win the championship, and then later on in the year, or maybe around September, defend the belt. What is the latest that you can tell us about a potential event in Russia? We keep hearing rumors and other reports that the UFC's booked a date in Russia. What can you share on the latest on that?
Like when I finished my last fight, I asked UFC, please make my next fight before Ramadan. It's like April, May, and after Ramadan, it's like September or December, end December. And about Russia, I don't know nothing because it's not official. And if not pay-per-view, I cannot fight there because UFC I fight always in pay-per-view show. I don't know about this. Now I have fight, like almost in Russia. It's Brooklyn. Like a lot of people from my country, from former USSR countries, and I think it's Brooklyn. It's almost Russia, but I don't know. I have opponent. I have date. I'm gonna focus to 7 April to make history. Thank you.
And a question for Frankie. Frankie, you've been here before. You've had opportunities to win the 145 strap and claim to be a 2-weight champion. Do you think this is your final crack?
I mean, yeah, probably is. I'll make the best of it. Max is over here worrying about these 2 guys up here. I'm worried about 1 guy. I'm gonna be on my pirate shit. I'm gonna go to Hawaii and get me some gold.
I ain't worried about shit. I ain't worried about nobody. I worry about you. First things first, I ain't worried. You guys know me. I'm always present. I always get better. December 2nd, I showed up. I showed up December 2nd. Now we rematch. We're here. We March 3rd. I'm focused on you, Frankie. Let's get ready, brother. Let's get ready.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we ready, man. Like I said.
You're gonna see a new Hawaiian. Like what he did to the first Hawaiian. We're gonna get Hawaii. We're going to get 1 back, baby. We're going to get 1 back. And then we're going to UFC Hawaii. Dana, take me home after this. Take me home after. The night, Hawaii, guys, look. I took this fight in Vegas.
We can rematch in Hawaii. We can rematch in Hawaii.
Why the hell am I going to rematch someone I just beat?
I don't think so, man.
Why am I going to rematch someone I just beat? The best thing is, you guys are going to get a little taste of what Hawaii is going to be like, UFC Hawaii is going to be like. UFC Hawaii in Vegas is right now, we have a lot of Hawaiians there. So it's like the 9th Island. We call it the 9th Island. And I can't wait till you guys see what the Hawaii crowd. They're going to come. They're going to show out. And I'm going to make history again.
And Dana, one final question for you.
Are you the only media guy that showed up
question,
today?
I promise. Last question. Listen, as a Londoner, I have to ask you, what is going on with the London main event? Vitor Belfort said that he accepted the fight and Bisping didn't accept the fight. Any update on that particular matchup?
Nah, I got nothing on that. Let's talk about this.
Hey, Dana, to your left.
Hey.
So
there are other guys here.
I know you said there's no update on Conor, but this is a little bit of an unprecedented, weird situation. So just to be clear, there will be...
Did you just get here?
Just to be...
Did you hear what I said earlier?
To be clear, though.
Yeah.
To try to be clear about what seems to be an unclear situation, there's going to be a lightweight title fight, but we don't know if it's an undisputed or an interim lightweight title fight.
No, it's undisputed. I said it would be.
It's an undisputed.
Yeah. Okay. I said that the guy who wins this fight will be the champion.
Okay. So then...
This thing was at 5 o'clock. When did you get here?
Well, next question. Next, you got 4 fighters up here. Ask a damn question. Come on.
Well, just from the business standpoint of the UFC, does that mean that it'd be possible you would have 2?
You will see what happens. Just relax. Okay. Calm down. Do you have a question for these guys?
I do.
Okay.
Just, I want to ask it to Khabib and to Tony. Tony, if you'll answer it first. Do you have some clarity on the questions that I'm asking? I mean, obviously you're comfortable with the situation. You accepted the fight, but are you privy to what's going on in the division?
He just asked him if we were going to Russia. He has no idea whether we're going to Russia or not. I answered the question already. Now you're asking these guys. They're going to fight for the title. This is the real title. I said that Conor can't hold up the title for 2 years. I'm going to bring him back to start answering questions again. Ask some questions.
All right. New question for Tony, please. I've noticed you mentioned on social media, you mentioned something about the casuals. You've been saying F the casuals. Can you clarify what you mean by that?
It's just something I say, man. It's just Twitter shit. So basically all the people that are out there that don't know shit about MMA, that just jumping on the bandwagon, I call them a casual, but we love them. So I'm just saying, do your homework before you start talking and snap down city. That's right. Fuck yeah.
And then Khabib, your last 2 fights have looked pretty similar in just the way that you've dominated them on the floor. Is that how you envision this fight? Do you see it being a repeat of those last 2 performances?
You know, like, I'm not a grappling guy. I'm not a wrestling guy. I have almost 10 years, like, MMA experience. It's like, I can stand with him. I can grapple with him.
You want to hear a stat? Khabib has outstruck his last 3 opponents 258-50.
Dana, what time is it? What time is it, Dana? Please tell these guys.
It's Tony time, bitches.
Nobody talk about Tony time. All world talk about Khabib time.
No, it's Khabib chump, not champ.
Everybody talk about my time. Ask
Khabib
Dana.
chump,
Ask Dana.
not champ.
Please, Dana. Hey, show these guys. What time is it, guys?
It's tiramisu time, bitches.
Tiramisu, forget, brother. I make weight, come back, beat number 3 guys.
You still got half a
not
pound
like
to
number
do.
7.
You still got half a pound to go.
Not like you number 7
You
and
got
become
half a pound.
fake
Get out of here. I
champion.
beat everybody.
Hey, I beat number 3. You beat number 7 and you become like fake
You couldn't even
champion.
finish.
What are you talking about?
I finished him in the second round.
I don't need finish
You're
people.
fat, you're slow, and you have no
I
rhythm.
mow people.
You have a furry head that's
people.
collecting
Hey, I don't
cobwebs.
finish people.
I can't wait to shut your face with my hand.
Well
I'm going to knock
said.
you out. Just for you, I'm going to knock you out.
Well, just one more for me, Max. Haven't had a chance to talk to you since what happened in Hawaii, and you took it in stride, and you had that great that photo of you flying a missile. But can you just tell us what that was like? Because that was a pretty weird situation.
Shit was scary as hell. Right? You sleeping, you wake up, you see missiles coming, and they tell you that you got 10 to 12 minutes to get ready until a missile hit, and then 10 to 12 minutes pass, the missile didn't hit, and then 40 minutes after the first thing, they tell us it's fake. Man, I was angry, man. I was angry, but you know, we're in the blessed era, so they wasn't trying to take away the champ from the world just yet, baby.
Just one question for Tony. You got a pretty hostile crowd right here. What do you think it's because they just love Khabib, or they just generally have something against you?
I don't care. It never phases me. Just keep it coming. This reminds me of the last time we actually did this press conference. It's actually kind of like deja vu in this shit. So yeah, at least we're consistent here. So no matter what you say, Khabib's going to lose, and he's going to lose in fashion.
Hey. Question for Tony. Did you watch Khabib's fight against Edson? And if so, what did you make of his performance?
His fight was good. It was really good. The right Khabib showed up. Too bad he didn't show up for UFC 20, what was that? 209? 206? Yeah. So I hope that same Khabib or somebody better than that shows up the next fight. And I guarantee you he will. And I'm going to train twice as hard as the last 3 camps. So I'm excited.
And a question for Frankie. What do you make of Max Holloway's Photoshop skills? You like those?
They were pretty slick, I gotta say, man. He's kind of feeling himself a lot lately, but you know, I had a little response. I don't know if you checked it yet. You know, just trying to keep up with the Joneses here.
And just a question for Dana. I don't want to belabor the point, but is there a reason why you won't just come out and say Conor has been stripped? When he was stripped of the featherweight title, you came out and said it. Is there a reason why you're not saying it here today?
No, there's no reason.
So has he been stripped of the title, yes or no?
Did I say he's been stripped of the title?
No.
Next question, please.
But that's for the real belt. It doesn't make sense. There's a reason why you're not saying it. Why aren't you saying it?
Does anybody else have a question? Go ahead.
Okay, so just one last one for Tony. Tony, what belt is that in front of you? Is that the interim belt or the official belt?
No, my belt's at the hotel. That's the real belt. So this one, I don't know if it's real or fake, but the one we be fighting for should be the real one.
All right.
Frankie, you're obviously coming off a fairly serious injury. I'm just curious how long you have been training for and kind of been back going full tilt.
Yeah, I've been at it for a while, man. It was just, had to heal up and got right back in the gym, so I'm good to go.
And they asked Tony about Khabib's last fight. Did you watch Max's last fight, and what were your impressions of how he looked against Aldo?
Yeah, it was impressive. He went out there and did the same thing to Aldo for the second time, and yeah, tipped my cap to him. Yeah.
Hey, I got a couple quick questions. Dana, obviously a great crowd today. We're very appreciative bringing UFC to Boston, everybody. Right?
And I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You got some great guys in the back. You got Matt Bissett, Kyle Bochniak, Rob Font, Calvin Cater. As a local guy yourself, what's it mean to bring, is the event a little bit more special for yourself bringing it to Boston?
Let me tell you what. Anytime that we roll into Boston, the Celtics played last night, the AFC Championships on Sunday, and we're in the Garden on Saturday, man. It's awesome. And to have a card stacked with local talent, plus great fights like we have, probably the sickest heavyweight championship fight in UFC history. I'm feeling pretty damn good this weekend, yeah.
Quick question for Champ Max. Today is actually Junior Seau's birthday, or the late Junior Seau's birthday. He's meant a lot to the region and to Patriots like Dana's wearing. Could you speak about what he meant to Hawaii as a region, and also what it means to be a Hawaiian fighter representing? It's a little bit different than a different region.
Yeah, Junior Seau was a beast, man. He's a Polynesian just like me, Samoan. I'm Samoan, and whenever you see, go Vikings. Whenever you see, go Vikings.
You got one guy right
I know the Vikings are.
Get that guy.
Whenever you see a Polynesian doing it, it's pretty sick, and it's about history. That's all, Polynesian, Samoan, Hawaiian. We have a lot of history. We have a lot of ancestors, and it's amazing, Junior Seau was one of the beasts, and don't forget he played for the Seahawks too, brother.
I appreciate it. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you very much. And guys, we got to wrap this up. I'm going to square them off so we can get the weigh-ins going. I appreciate you, Boston.